All right, guys. Hey, here's for another video. One of my comments said, same guy, same dining room, different gun. That was on one of my videos, like the comments. It's just kind of funny thinking about that. But I wanted to do a quick little review of the Field One Force here. I'm not going to go super in depth. Like, I'm not going to cover the case and what it comes with it because there's plenty of videos out there. I really just want to give my opinion about the Field One Force being a Bob Long fan, if that makes any sense. Field One was pretty much Bob Long. The Dynasty guys bought Bob Long out and they created Field One. So this gun is kind of inspired from the past while bringing some pro innovation to making of this. So the pro players of Dynasty built this gun ground up. So, and a lot of it is like a lot of the parts and stuff are from like the past Bob Long markers. But this marker here is real pretty, right? It's got an awesome ammo. This is a Dynasty Pro gun. It's the Pro Series. This one is Mike Arena's Slick Mikey gun. So, and it's got Dynasty on the barrel, Dynasty there, and it's got this awesome oil slick to it. This gun is fully updated to the V2, the bolt, the regulator, the door, the bolt tip, everything like that. So I'm going to kind of just give you my opinion. So a lot of this gun, if you ever shot any older Bob Longs like the VCOM, the Viz, G6R, Insight, especially the grip on it, the rear grip here that I'm holding is very identical, and a lot of it is. So starting off, if you're a Bob Long gun, you're going to like this gun a lot. It has a lot of similarities, including the way the board functions, the way the bolt pulls out the back, everything like that. It has the 4 CIs in it. A lot of this stuff is essentially Bob Long, right? The way you take apart the bolt is a lot like a VCOM and stuff like that. The feed neck and everything like that, even though it is improved because of the bottom one, you know, the bottom one used to vibrate, then it'll fall off. I haven't had any issues so far with the Force with that. But a lot of this is a Bob Long gun. The AccuLock barrel I actually really like. Most of the time I don't use the stock barrel that comes with guns. I use like my Deadly Winds just because of how light I like it. This barrel isn't that heavy. I want to say it's the lightest, but I really like the AccuLock system on it. I'm trying to do this quick, so I don't want to like bore people, but you know, I like how it just locks into place. And you can take it out like this. It's got little notches there on it. It works really well. And you know, like I don't think barrels make a huge difference, but I like this one a lot because if you take it off and squeegee, you don't have to worry about the insert coming out or the insert getting all funny with the gun vibrating and stuff like that. So, ooh, a little squeaky squeak. I've put about 15 cases through this gun now since I've had it. I just got back from Fulda Gap a couple of months ago, or actually a month ago, and that was fun. I play a lot of scenario paintball now. I don't do too much tournament. I play for a scenario team called St. Louis Samurai. There's about 20 of us, maybe a little bit more, and we just go wreck faces around the country playing scenario paintball, and it's extremely fun. It's super chill. If you're kind of burnt out on tournament paintball, kind of like what happened to me, I highly recommend it. It's super fun, man. It's just, it can be competitive, but not to the point where you're just kind of getting burnt out, if that makes sense. But anyway, and I'm going to go over things I like about the gun and I don't. So initially with the front grip, some people get some mixed feelings of this. Initially, when you hold it, it is a goofy, but when you're actually using this gun and actually playing with it, it makes sense. It just does. And the whole thing about this gun is nothing else is like it. The CS3, R5, the Lux, no other paintball gun, high-end paintball gun shoots like this does. It does. It's its own unique category. And it seems like you either really like it or you don't. But if you're a huge Bob Long fan like I am, I think you'll really like it. And it just makes sense. It does have weight, but when you're playing with it, you don't notice it. And I'm a skinny guy, okay? I'm not the biggest dude in the world. I played I played about 18 hours worth of paintball in 2 days using this, running up and down hills, nonstop action. at Fulda Gap. If you've ever been there, you understand. 1,100 people there, nonstop action. This is what I used. The weight, I mean, like initially holding it and comparing to other guns, yeah, you're going to notice the weight, but this isn't heavy. You want something heavy, get a shoebox shocker. Trust me, I know, because I had one. I still have one. Heavy as hell. This gun, it does have weight, but it's not to the point where you're going to notice it when you're out there playing, in my opinion. It feels quality. It's big. I wouldn't say super fat. I think, like a Plain Eclipse CS3 is fatter, in my opinion, or an R5. It's not, maybe maybe the LB1, LB2 is a little fatter, but I wouldn't say super skinny. But it just works. The shot quality is very unique. I would put it between a VCOM and an Insight. If you ever shot one of those, I like it. It definitely has feedback, even with the V2. This has got V2 internals. It's got some feedback. It is a little bit softer shot than the version 1 Force, but it's going to have some feedback. But I like that. I like for it to have some feedback. I don't know why. I just do. I love my VCOM. I do. But my VCOM is super soft. And sometimes I question if it's shooting 280 or 300 feet per second because it's such a soft shot. And this has a soft shot, but it definitely vibrates in your hand and it gives you feedback. But sometimes with the VCOM, I was like worried if it was having like some shot issues or if it wasn't shooting, the correct feet per second. This, you're going to feel the feedback. It's going to vibrate a little bit, but, I like it. It's just so different the way it shoots. Everything on it is, there's just so much things like Bob Long, but at the same time, it's his own unique gun. Some people do complain about the consumption, like the efficiency with air. If you're a tournament player, that's not going to be too big of a deal for you because you can just fill up after every single point. For me, though, I do, it's like my VCOM. It probably shoots as much as my VCOM, but you know what I did? I bought a 90 cubic inch tank, the new Elevate tank from Exception Design. I bought that. It's the same size of a 70 cubic, but it's a 90. So with that, I was able to get a little over 10 pods shooting, and they required you to shoot about 270 feet at that field. So it wasn't too big deal for me. I just got a bigger tank. But overall, I actually really like this gun. I shot one before and I wasn't sure, but now that I actually own one and I've shot it enough, I do really like this gun because of the simple fact that it just works. It works. This is what the Insight should have been. Now, I love my Insight. That's like one of my favorite guns. I love how light it is. That's my favorite thing. I love how light and quick and snappy my Insight is. I love it. But the Insight for some people, you kind of have to maintain it. Like, it requires a lot of lube. It's a lube hog. And if you didn't lube it right, it would get real finicky. This, and Bob Long's goal with that gun was just to grab a gun and go play with it. No LPR or anything like that. And this is what this is. That is what this is. Sorry. This, you just grab and go. That's it. There's hardly any maintenance to it. It just works. I shot about 6 cases at Fulda Gap. I didn't break a single vein ball. Not one. Not one. I had one get stuck in the breech because my batteries died off of the LiPo. But other than that, I didn't break any paint. Not at all. And that's the thing. This gun just doesn't break paint. It doesn't. It just works. I haven't had any issues with it. You just pull it out and it works. That's the big thing about this gun. It just works. And, if you're a Bob Long fan, you know that some guns can be finicky. My Insight is awesome, but sometimes my VCOM can be a little finicky. I love my VCOM. I love Bob Longs. I like how finicky they are. But sometimes, when you're out in the field, you don't want to be finicky with the gun. This is what that is. This is just meant to grab and go. And it's such a workhorse. It just goes. Shoots great. It's a little inefficient, but I don't care because it works. I just got a bigger tank. It's not a big deal. If I'm spending the money, I want it to work, and that's what it does. Plain Eclipse, they work great. So this isn't a Plain Eclipse. I love Plain Eclipse too. But if you want something different, unique, the Field One's the one to get. It just works. As simple as that. It's a unique. If you want to be different, you shoot a Force. 100% true, but it just works. And if you own one, you know that it just works. It just works. Yeah, that's really about it. So yeah, it might be a little biased because I am a huge Bob Long fan, but this gun is great. And it doesn't break paint. There's a reason why the pros use it. Dynasty is the most winningest paintball marker ever made. It's built by the pros, ground up with some past inspiration for Bob Long. So if you're a huge Bob Long fan, I highly recommend getting a Force. The bolt, man, it's just, the bolt looks exactly like an Insight bolt or a reflex bolt. I mean, yeah. And then you would split it right there in the middle. So this is all updated with the V2 parts, everything like that. So, some people are going to complain that taking them apart is a little pain in the ass. It might be, but you don't need to do it often. This is still lubed from the last game I played on, and it looks fine. I'm not seeing anything more. I'll clean it. Yeah, I'm going to clean it. But, yeah. It just works. That's the biggest thing to take home. I think if I was going to explain that gun about the marker to somebody, that if you're a Bob Long fan, and you want a marker that works, this is it. This is the one to get. Yeah, I haven't break paint with it yet. It's just so soft on paint. It's true. I was like, I'm probably gonna break paint. I gotta at least break one paintball with it. No, didn't break any paint. Shot good, ball and ball. But anywho, that's just my take on it, coming from a Bob Long fan. Thanks for tuning in. I have a TikTok about more paintball stuff, Salty. So please give that a follow, and maybe I can quit my day job. I doubt it, but one can dream. Thank you.